Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be working on this damaged area here. So there is this line kind of it was scraped off, and as you can see there's this line here, a dent, and the edge of the quarter panel has been pushed in a little bit. There is no room behind the quarter panel, so it's double welded with another sheet of metal, so we cannot reach and use a dent removal rod to fix that. So I have to use a body filler. First we're going to sand it off using 60 to 120 grit, strip off the paint, then we're going to apply body filler, and then we're going to prime and paint it. So I'm going to go ahead and start using the 60 grit sandpaper, and we'll strip off the paint directly right this whole area right here. And there's a little bit of a kind of a slight dent right over here as well, so I may have to fix that too with a filler. So let's get to it. Now the reason we're going to have to strip off the paint is because the body filler is not going to stick well to paint, so we have to try and strip it off down to bare metal as much as we can. So okay, next, as you can see, I sent it off with a 60 grit, and then I switched to 100. It was slightly better quality sandpaper. So I took a black, I wiped it off with a microfiber cloth, a clean dry one, and I highlighted the dent areas that we have to patch up, put a filler. So right here, there's a little bit a dent there. You can feel it with your finger over here, and there's that line here. There's a slight dent over here, and towards the bottom part right here is the line here, and it's slight dent. So it's a pretty hot day, guys. It's about 85 degrees. We'll just have to be quick with the filler. We'll have about 2 to 3 minutes, usually 3 to 4, but in this heat we'd have 2 to 3 minutes. I put a masking tape all around the edges of the rocker molding. So we'll need 1 to 2 golf ball size filler, and I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. We're going to use a Bondo Filler here, and a little bit more. This is a 1 gallon Bondo Filler. I picked it up from Advanced Auto Parts. The best deal, best price on these 1 gallon ones is a Harbor Freight, if you ever shop there. Okay, just so we don't run out, I'm going to go ahead and use 2 golf ball size body filler, and we will put about 2 inches, 2.5 inches of hardener on it, and we will have to mix it up. Oops, moved the camera, tipped it over. Okay, so I've got 2 golf ball size filler, and we're going to add the hardener to it. So that's about 2.5 inches there. Doesn't have to be perfect, and the biggest deal here is to mix it right. So we have to mix it well, and we have about 1 minute to mix it well, and 2 to 3 minutes tops to work with it, guys. It's 85 degrees and heat. It dries up quickly, and we should be getting a pinkish color according to instructions. When we're mixing it, as usual, we have to press it down to eliminate bubbles. slightly off center there. So when we're going to be applying this body filler, we usually go top to down by pressing this way. Gravity helps with sticky glue, kind of presses, it sticks better. And I went ahead and put this cardboard to separate the lines. It's about 3 to 4 pieces folded cardboard from a box for our hose. Okay, the filler looks about the right color, just about now. A little bit of mixing. Okay, we're going to take a little bit and press it right here. Yeah, we don't have to worry about minor imperfections. We can sand it off later on. I can feel it drying already. Guys, we messed up this batch. We had even less time than I thought. Okay, I'll have to redo this part. Okay guys, after that Bondo filler dried up on me in about just 1 minute or so, minute and a half, I only was able to do this part. As you can see, this is more pinkish, had more hardener, so I put less hardener. I did it a second time, mixed the filler with the hardener. I applied right over here. It's been drying for about 10 to 15 minutes now. It's okay to touch. And I applied this piece here and the edge of the quarter panel also. So we're gonna go ahead and wait 20 to 30 minutes at least, cure time, dry time, and then we will sand it off with 80 to 100 grit sandpaper. I don't have 80, so we'll just have to use 100 grit sandpaper to smooth off the surface. We'll have to do a ton of sanding, and after that we'll prepare it for a primer and paint. So we'll just wait for now. So after some sanding with 80 grit sandpaper, I'm okay with this so far. It looks so fine. We don't need to put any more filling. This area is relatively okay, but I noticed some kind of a depth right over here, so we got to do a little bit more filling over here, and there's a little bit of kind of a gap you can feel with hand. So I'm gonna do a secondary and third body filler, light filler right over here. Then I'm gonna remove that and do a little bit of filler over here, and I put this rubber kind of seal from one of the cars that was kind of I found laying in my garage, and there's the grooves, the cuts. You can see the edge right over here, so it follows through the door. It's about the same length all around, however it's thicker over here and it goes narrow towards down bottom here, so we have to kind of bring that line out too with the body filler through lots of sanding. So I'll go ahead and put more filler here, and more likely more filler over there as well on the door. Okay, so I went ahead and applied the body filler right over here. It looks better than before. The edge is more or less smoother, so we're gonna have to sand this one off again. It'll be about at least 20 to 30 minutes wait time before we can sand it. So it's a sunny day, it's about 85 degrees, 88. So I'm just gonna give it maybe an hour to fully dry. And I went ahead and applied a third filler overall on this project over here, as you can see. And I removed that rubber seal that helped me with kind of lining the curve. And we'll just let it dry for about an hour and do a ton of sanding with 80 grit sandpaper to smooth out the surface before applying primer on it. Okay, so I have it finished off with 220 grit sandpaper and then 320, the final one. And next I'm going to go ahead and spray primer and basically get the paint ready and finish painting this. So far looks okay, but we'll see once I spray the primer and see how it looks. So okay guys, I went ahead and finished the paint job, did the primer, wet sanded it, gave it a day to dry, and then I did first base white coat, 3 to 4 coats, and I went ahead and did the pearl and then clear coat, gave it a day to dry, and then just buffed the paint this afternoon, gave it a quick rinse. And so as you can see, this side here is pretty kind of perfect. It's not too bad. Over here turned out pretty good, except for I was unable to make this line, the grooves, perfect. But I'm happy with the result. Looks pretty decent. Looks much better than it was before. So thanks for watching guys. Any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll be glad to answer them, and good luck with your project. Take care.